Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today, our first Mantra Monday of July. Welcome to July, where we're going to embrace new knowledge that is showing up as a path for forward motion. Um, we're, we've been talking about letting go of what we have been. I know I mentioned it in our blogs. Um, but it is almost like we are in this phase that I'm feeling where we're opening up to something new in our lives, and yet we really don't have a clear roadmap. But the way we have been doing things from the past is not going to work now. So I am acting as if. And I kind of think that's what the rest of the summer is going to be like. At least that is what I'm getting intuitively, is that we have a choice whether we're going to be frustrated and fearful or anxious. And the energy is very confusing, but the choice is very clear. If we choose to come from love and choose to celebrate the small nuances in our lives that are showing up, the small inklings of a shift forward, we're going to be much better off personally and globally than if we try to fight everything that's coming at us. And I know that the energy is kind of wonky right now, but this kind of knowledge, and the word that keeps coming to me is discernment. It is like there is a really clear opportunity here for us to take small steps forward, stay grounded in our spiritual knowledge and our spiritual practices, and observe the mind. If we can do those three things, small steps, continue with our practices, and watch how our minds operate. That awareness of the mind moves us out of being reactionary into being more able to see how the mind wants to divide things and create problems, because that's its job, is to solve those problems. So we don't really need the problems now. There's enough craziness in the world. We need to stay grounded in our knowledge, do small things every day, and stay in observership, and also hold that from a place of love. Whenever you're feeling crazy and out of sorts and ungrounded, or you just feel like I, I'm sure you might have felt this. If you have, please, I'd love to hear. But the energy is a little chaotic. And yet we have this incredible opportunity. Mike is going to talk a little bit more about that with Mercury going direct. But we're still in those last phases of the shadow. So I kind of feel like it is an opportunity to gain that knowledge of discernment and keeping on the path and celebrating the fact that we have this choice. We really have the choice, and I'm getting chills on this. That's always a good sign. we can we can celebrate, or we can be in misery, and it is pretty clear that if we stay in love, we stay with our heart open, and we keep giving to the divine that which we cannot do ourselves, we're going to be in much better shape when things turn around in the fall. And also, there are doors opening now for us to do the groundwork for what is going to blossom in September, late September, October. That's my take on it.
Yeah, and as far as the planets go, it's exactly what you were just saying, Robin. The what's Mercury went direct, and we're still in the shadow till July 7th. So you're starting to move forward with your projects, but still be a little bit cautious until the 7th because there can still be some complete computer glitches and communication glitches. I've noticed myself. It seems like even more than during Mercury retrograde. Um, but the biggest thing is happening is on the 9th of July is the new moon. And the new moon is in Gemini. Gemini is all about communication. So it's really good time to set your intention for any new creative projects that you've been thinking about. And, it's perfect timing for that. What I would say, other planetary shifts that are going on is Mars and Venus are in Cancer. Mars is the energy that it takes to get things done, and Venus is all about relationships, and Cancer is about family, and so Mars is opposite Saturn. Saturn wants to create these boundaries, and Mars, being in Cancer, wants to let go of the boundaries. So Robin was talking about this month being about celebration. So we're all coming out of lockdown, and many of us on the 4th of July have joined with our families to celebrate, a newfound kind of freedom. And so there have been some, stresses in the family that need to be healed. They're coming up to be healed. It's a time for that. Some of you may have noticed Mars is very weak in Cancer. It's debilitated. That means it's weak. And so some of you may have noticed that you're feeling a little bit of low energy, not a lot of ambition and drive to do the normal things you want, like stick to your diet, to stick to your exercise routine, to keep working on that book or project that you want to have fulfilled. So just know that will carry till about July 20th when Mars goes into Leo, and then it'll be more supportive energetically for you to move forward on a lot of things. And the other thing that's still happening is Rahu is afflicting Saturn. So Saturn is all about our focus, our commitment to things, and it really wants us to explore new knowledge, new spiritual knowledge. So any of the courses that you've been thinking about taking, it's a really good time to do that as well. So those are pretty much the planetary shifts. Now, this is very general. If you really want to know what's happening in your chart specifically and how to work with those planetary shifts and energies to fulfill your desires, we suggest getting a reading, because all of this would be happening in a specific house in your chart, and there will be planets aspecting everything I talked about. So it'll look a little different, and there will be remedies and things that you can do personally to help support manifesting your desires.
So we're all about manifesting our desires, and yet we are trying to be as realistic and practical as possible. And thankfully, these tools that we offer you, even though they seem maybe a little out on the edges or peripheral of what most people would think is practical knowledge, we have found over the last 30 plus years that this is powerful enough to boost you through those times when you are feeling like this low energy. I have been feeling it, but thankfully I'm aware of it. I know where it lays in my chart. I know how long that's going to last. And I also feel supported by the Vastu and the EMF stuff that kind of has helped lift my energy up quite a bit. And I think that even with all of these things that I sense, because I'm very sensitive and I do feel these things, I also feel the support that comes from this incredible knowledge, these tools that we're teaching you, the courses and services that we provide, I think that these things will give you that extra boost. You need to stay on task, to stay productive, to stay focused, and to be more successful in your endeavors, more productive and successful in the things that you feel compelled to do. And you will actually start feeling more compelled to do the more the clutter in your mind is calmed down. Clutter in your space needs to be calmed down, and that we do that through eliminating the clutter in the mind and in the physical environment, and doing house blessings and all the things that we've taught you over the last several months. And these mantras, we're going to go into the mantras next, and then we're going to ignite this altar. But the mantras have this amazing frequency to support you in ways that are, I think the science is just now catching up to what it was written about in the Vedas thousands of years ago, about how these sounds, they just stay with you, whether you realize it or not. You chant them, and then that vibrational frequency is in your nervous system. And depending on if you're chanting along with us or you're just listening, it still has an effect on you. So let's get into the mantras. We're going to first do the healing mantra, because truly, as a community and as a community together, as well as our global community, healing is what's happening now. It's like there is a lot of uncertainty and there's still a lot of chaos, but the opportunity for healing is powerful and it's there, and we want to ground that. So the Mrityunjaya mantra is a great way of doing that. And so I'm going to chant it one time through, and if you'd like to listen and just keep your eyes closed or try to join in with me, it's a bit of a tongue twister. So if it's your first time hearing it, maybe just hold that openness in your heart and allow this particular mantra to do its work. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugantim Pushtivartanam Urvarukamiva Bantana Mrutyor Mukshiyamamruta. Just feel that energy moving through your body. And keep the eyes closed, and Michael is going to take us to another mantra.
Vakrutunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvigyam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada.
It has a wonderful effect of protection. It's a Ganesh mantra. We want to remove the obstacles to our forward motion. And now I'm going to sing a different Om Namah Shivaya chant. I don't know if I've done this one before or not, but if you know this, please join in. Otherwise, just allow the mantra, the vibration of the mantra, to support you. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Shivaya Namo Om Namah Shivaya.
We can do Saraswati mantra for supporting your creative projects. Om Saraswati Deviye Namaha. Om Saraswati Deviye Namaha. Om Saraswati Deviye Namaha.
I'm going to go through the elements on the altar, and then we're going to ignite the altar. Last month we used Saraswati because we're really in a time of learning, of education, of up-leveling our creative pursuits, whether they are artistic or even applied through technology. We are bringing what we have within us, that creative endeavor, to a greater audience. And this is for everyone. We're all doing this as well. So I would like you guys to consider the value of an altar and the elements. And if you're new, and some of you are, I know, I'll go through the value of, this is a knowledge and creativity altar. And it is placed in the west area of the home. And each of the elements on an altar is directionally placed. So this is a great kind of altar to have in a child's room, near his desk or her desk. Really good for to support their work that they're doing, their schoolwork. It helps ground them, it helps keep their minds open. Also, if you are a writer or an artist, it's a wonderful altar to have in the room that you create in. So in terms of the elements, in the northwest we have the air element, which I'm going to light now. I'm going to also light the fire element since I don't want to use too many matches. So the air element can be incense, it can be a candle, it could even be a Himalayan salt lamp. And incense works for fire as well as air, as a symbol of the element. And imagine the air element being when the subtle energy of something new comes into your life, where you really feel drawn that this possibly is something that you want to do. To me, this is really, it's a birthing process of your desires, your intentions. We move it into the water element. The water element is in the northeast. Water supports the idea, it holds that concept, it brings it into that process where it becomes real, but it's still in that nurturing, very female aspect of the creative process. And then we move it into the fire element. The fire element is in the southeast. Fire is that passion, that spark of energy that is needed to bring something from that subtle, nurturing energy of the womb into the lit, intentional energy of manifestation. And then we move into the earth element. The earth element is in the southwest. Earth is the grounding force that's needed to bring intention into form. And I have a bowl of uncooked rice, but it could be crystals, it could be a small plant, it could be anything from earth that is grounding. And then in the center is the space element. In the space element is actually where all the elements come out of. And this is where I place my intention. And it is also other items on the altar that I want to be energized by the vibrational frequency of this altar. And I'll go through the items in a moment that are in this altar. And behind is the personal symbol. Again, this is Saraswati. And then Michael put this picture of Krishna in Radhe and Krishna. Krishna is that playful, joyous energy that also is needed to really house the desire in a positive way. And then, so what you're creating is like an energy vortex. And in the middle, what I have is the keystone. The keystone is actually part of one of our specials. It's our new Empower and Protect package that's on special this month. And this is the symbol on it is very powerful, and it's about manifestation. And it is placed or stamped in a very high quartz content marble that is specifically used for this. And then I have our mala beads made of sandalwood, which we also have as part of this special and this month. And the sandalwood holds the vibration of the frequency of the mantra. So you can use it to do japa, and then you can put it on, and it holds that frequency and surrounds you throughout the day. So my new intention, I write on a piece of unlined paper, and again, I choose to write in pencil because I think pencil is closer to nature, more natural than pen, but it's just me. You can use whatever you want. I have a prayer inside, and then I have 3 words that distill my desire on the outside. And this is what I wrote. And this is for our community altar. Divine presence, show me the path of oneness, inclusiveness, joyfulness, and celebration. Allow me to light the way for all those who choose to walk this path with me. And the words that I have on the outside are community, acceptance, and celebration. So actually, I'm going to hold this, and the keystone while Michael and I ignite this altar.
You can just close your eyes and take a deep breath in. And let all the cares of the day go. And now, as you breathe in, fill every cell of your being with what it would feel like in your body to have whatever you wrote on the piece of paper. Feel that sense of joy, fulfillment, and gratitude in every particle of your being. You can bring a big, big smile to your face. Feel that joy. It's already happened. Everything you wrote down is already happening. Now you can take the piece of paper and put it with the keystone in the center of your altar in your offering tray. And we're going to use the Gomukhi Mudra, the mudra of intention, bringing your attention to your intention. So the thumb holds the 2 middle fingers into your palm, and the pointer finger and the baby finger are sticking out. So we're going to 9 times point at the center of the altar, chanting the mantra Om Gang Ganapatiye Namaha. 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 Relax the hands. Take another deep breath in and hold it. And as you breathe out, just surrender all those intentions to the divine. It's in divine time to manifest those desires. Opportunities will come your way. Just be open. And with a big smile again, let's open our eyes.
Really good. So I wanted to let you know that our friend Scott Haig's artwork is finally up on his website at scotthaig.com. And I'll have more on that, but you can go see everything and contact him. Not only are his beautiful paintings of deities available in prints and G-clay, and he'll do special commission, but he also has these amazing photos. He's, for those of you who are part of the Art of Living Foundation, all of the early videos that were done were filmed by Scott. He has an amazing eye and he was really with the guru before the guru was, as millions of people around the world are part of this particular spiritual organization. And so he had some very intimate moments where he took the most exquisite pictures, so that you can see those on his website, Scott Haig, HAGUE.com, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
So check that out. And our specials this month are the Empower and Protect package, 15% off. It's already taken off, so you don't have to use a code for that. So it includes the Keystone, this mala bead necklace, and the long, slow Om Namah Shivaya chant. Usually retails for around, I think it's $66, and now it's just about $10 off. And also the Level 1 Astrology course, taught by Michael, is now available for 15% off. And to get that discount, it's celebration with an exclamation point, and the C is a small c. So